Hey fellow heathens, this is Liz and I'm back. I know it's been some time since I've recorded a video and I apologize for that. I did get a full-time job, so that's made making videos quite challenging. And then, you know, of course, there's the whole kids thing with stuff going on with them and volunteering. So I am blessed to have a little bit of time today on this Sunday to record, so that's what I'm going to do. And I just wanted to let you know I haven't forgot about you and I haven't forgotten about the deck. I'm still working on it, so I will post as soon as I can with updates on that, so please stay tuned for that. And I just wanted to take a minute and, you know, record something that I've kind of had on, something I've wanted to record for some time. And that is the comparison card by card between the Dame Darcy Mermaid deck before the changes were made and after the changes were made, and also compare it to the Tarot of Mermaids by Lo Scarabeo that caused a lot of controversy due to the accusation of plagiarism. So this was first brought to light by Benebell Wen several years ago. I'm not exactly sure what year, but she had a blog post that kind of took images from the decks and compared them. And I just wanted to take a minute and actually take a look at the cards. I just got this deck and also this one. So this one I believe is the second edition before the changes were made, and I want to say this is the edition right after. This is not the one with the gold edges and the box and everything. So this one says, it still says 2012 in on a lot of them, but I'm not exactly sure if that's quite accurate as to its release. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so here we are. I've unpacked everything. This one came in a tuck box. These two came in, I've made my own bag for that if you didn't notice, and this one came in like a muslin bag. So this one came with a tuck box and a guidebook, and I'm not going to show you that because it's a bit irrelevant to what we're trying to accomplish today. So here we are. So here are the two decks, and here are the backs. So this is the one prior and this is the one after. So at first glance, I don't know if you can see, this one seems a tiny bit shinier, but not by much, but it does have a thicker feel than this one does. It has a very similar to the touch kind of, you know, semi-matte, semi-gloss type of feel, but this one feels like it has thicker cardstock. So let's take a look. So here is the Fool, and the Fool is obviously very different. Here's the Magician. I can see a little bit of coloration difference. This one feels a little bit more saturated than this one. So you can see by the reds. But again, still different. Okay, the High Priestess. Now we have a similar headpiece here. And the scroll, but it's tight here, but it's unrolled here. The Empress. Now, I want to say that this was changed because I remember seeing from Benebell Wen's blog post, it looked very similar to this, but now it doesn't. So that's quite interesting. Now you can see that this was changed, and like I said, I want to say that the Empress, maybe this was a newer print and they changed it, but I want to say it was very much like this, which caused the redrawing of that card. Hey, I just wanted to pop in and say I recognize the picture. The Fool here, it wasn't in the Fool, the original Fool, which is here, but the image seems to have been used for the Empress, the original Empress, and you can definitely see the similarities here in the body positioning and the way that the tail is moving, and it was changed to this Empress, so I wanted to make sure that I included that. Emperor. What's interesting I've always found about this is, where's the rest of the picture? Like what's on this side with this woman? Because he's obviously holding her hand, but it's been cut out. So where did this picture come from? The Hierophant. Okay. So here we have two mermaids facing the Hierophant with the hands in the symbol of pointing towards God, and then we also have the trident here, but this staff is a bit different, and we have the cloak kind of flowing in the background. And then it was changed to this. The Lovers, quite different, not similar to this card at all, and it is the same. Okay, we have the Chariot here. Similar idea with the shell being the chariot and driven by two dolphins. Obviously the person in the charioteer is different here. And it was the same, kept the same. Now I can't speak to the changes from this deck to the most current gold gilded deck, but this is different and it was changed, so I wanted to show that. Strength, kept the same. Okay. So here's an example of something that was quite obvious, I feel, taken from this deck. So you can see the Hermit facing towards the left, with this, very heavy fabric flowing behind him, and, holding his lantern and holding his staff right here. Very similar in that way, and it was changed to a different Hermit. Wheel was kept the same. Very similar idea. Obviously there's the ocean behind, and this one's more in the sky, but this is more like, having to do with the ship, and this one doesn't feel like that very much. Justice. Sorry, there's nudity. The background is different, sitting on the shell versus sitting on this platform with the columns. We don't have the columns here or here, and it was kept the same. A little bit of a different take on the Hanged Man here, kept the same. Ooh, this is a very cool death card. Look at that. Look how eerie that feels, how icy. And it was not changed. I always found this card to be comical in a way, because the death is so tiny and the seahorse is so tiny compared to the human beneath him. Okay, another example of the hair flowing in the wind and the transference of liquids from one pot to the other. This one is shells, but you get the idea that it's, this was inspired by, at the very least, this card, and so it was changed. I feel like these images they have a little bit of a different vibe than the rest of the deck, because it's so much more close up, and yeah, it has a different feel, I guess, than these further away, more landscape inspired pictures. The Devil. We have wings here and we don't see them here. The Tower wasn't changed. We have more of a lighthouse here, whereas this is a castle burning and being overtaken by a large wave. So, you know, this is my first time going through this, and I wanted to see how I felt about it after I really compared the differences to see what I thought and how, if at all, it would change my perspective and my feeling towards this original deck. The Star is quite, well, I wouldn't say it's that different. It does have that large star in the center and the stars around it. Look, this is very strange to me. The almost two-legged star, but I get it because one is on land and one is in the sea, as a kind of a reference to the RWS. But also in this one, she's pouring into the sea and on the land, so you get that same feel. All right, this one for sure feels very similar. You have almost like a crab, or the crab feel to the mermaid, similar to the RWS. And then you have the two wolves on either side, and she's facing the moon, and then you have the two towers in the background. So that's undeniable. And it was changed. Which this one is a very cool one as well, but I feel like you get a better sense of what the moon card is, you know, going towards the moon and seeing these further away obstacles in your path. Not sure what's real and what isn't. Okay, the Sun. So we have a younger girl on a seahorse here, and we have a mermaid on a horse in this one. So it is different, kept the same. Judgment is different here. It's, you know, well, I can't say that entirely. If you look really closely, you could see she's kind of hunched over the land here, and same here. And then he also has kind of a rounded back, and you see that as well. And then you see the child in the center. So I wouldn't say it was taken directly, but I definitely feel that it was inspired. But it was kept the same. And then you have the World here. Similar idea. If you look at the tail, you see the swoosh, the swoop here, and that feels very similar, and also wrapped in the garment or the fabric. You know, but you have the different colors here. You also have the 4 elemental symbols here on the 4 corners, but that's pretty much in all RWS, or any RWS inspired deck. So, all right, so now I'm going to pause and then realign these because this isn't the same. And we're back. Okay, so the Ace of Wands, you can definitely see the image of the person underneath the water if you look. I don't know if you can see it. Holding up the oar. You can definitely see that is very much the same, even to the tail. See that? And it was changed to this. Two of Wands, not the same. We have kind of a colonial feel here. Three of Wands, very different. This has always made me think of the Little Mermaid, like when she's first coming to the shore and they're reuniting and or getting to see each other in a different way, and she's got the red hair because he does have like a castle off into the distance. Different. You know, you have the oars facing down with the greenery at the top, but you don't see a castle in the distance in this one. Okay. Wow. Wow. Look at these oars and their positioning. You have one here, 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 and look at this mermaid. Same. Look, like facing down here, facing down. They're kind of together here, and she's off here. Wow. And even the tail, look at that. Whoa, that is something. And it was changed. More close up. Okay, so the Six of Wands. Once again, mermaid on a horse, mermaid on a seahorse. So the positioning of the oars are a bit similar. So you have the three over here. This one is behind, and these two are more forward, and these two are behind. So in that way, it's kind of similar, but there are enough differences that you would not think that this card was completely taken from this one. And it was kept the same. Seven of Wands. I mean, yeah. I don't even have to say anything. You can just see 1, 2, 3 go down, and then 1, 2, 3 go up. And then this one is holding it in the same exact way. Although we have lightning in the background here versus, I'm not exactly sure what that is, just, you know, movement in the water or something, but it is very similar, and it was changed. And I have a hard time with this card. I don't like her eyes. I feel like she's like super terrified, or it just feels strange to me. Eight of Wands, we have the positioning of the oars in the same way. And then it was changed to kind of the traditional movement to the corner right, bottom corner right that you see here. Nine of Wands. It's dissimilar. This is actually feels more wand instead of an oar. This one was the one I think, you know, when I saw that blog post, really took me back. Every single oar is pretty much in the same position. Every single one. And the way the mermaid is facing and how the mermaid is holding the oars is too similar to be coincidental. And so it was changed to this, which I actually really like this. I like the colors. I like the emotion of it. I like this one. Page of Wands, not the same. And I mean, I don't know, can you tell like how much more vibrant? I don't know where this kind of scratch came from. It doesn't appear to be a scratch on the card, but it almost looks like it. I don't know if you can see that like white line here. But this one, it feels very washed out. Like the colors are very faded in comparison to this one. The Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands. This always reminds me, it makes me think of Johnny Depp. All right. Ace of Cups and Ace of Chalices. Very similar feel with the conch shell, the water flowing through it, but it was kept the same. Two of Cups, Two of Chalices. It's cute. Three of Cups. So we have three mermaids here. Similar, you know, one facing that way and two, this one is facing to the left and this one is facing forward, holding up their conch shells. And even to the twists of the tails. Take a look at that. Goes like that. And it twists around, and then it does like another type of twist that's the same. Oh my goodness. It was changed. More close up. Four of Cups. Yes. Very similar. Not the same, but similar. Her face is kind of cute, cheeky. Five of Cups. Not the same, but I really like this. I don't know why. I like this filigree in the corner. I just like the kind of dark sky. I like the vibe of this card. And I do really like this deck. So it's just interesting. This is more of like a comparison for me. I'm not exactly sure what I will do with these decks after, you know, I've gone through this and had some time to really reflect on, you know, plagiarism is a terrible thing, but she never did, Dame Darcy never came out and admitted it. She just made the changes and kind of moved on. So I'm not sure. What do you think? So here's Six of Cups. We have two mermaids underwater here and two, or mermaid and man on land, kept the same. Similar, even maybe, yeah, down to the items in their respective spots. Actually, we have like gold and gems and stuff here, whereas here we have some kind of serpent of some kind. I'm not exactly sure what that is. So not terribly similar. Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups. I'm like, what happened here? There's too many fingers going on. So then it was changed, and not because it had anything to do with the card, but here we have more of a party atmosphere, party feel. And I'm not sure which one I like better. I think I like this one better. He feels very like he's suspicious. And this one feels very abundant. And the Ten of Cups. It's cute. I like the rainbow. Page of Cups. Knight of Cups. And I want to say this is a self-portrait of some kind of Dame Darcy herself. I could be wrong. And the King of Cups. This is very similar. You have the dolphin here, and I mean, he's holding a large cup here, but also holding the shell, and this throne is a bit different, but it was changed to this, and I don't really care for his face, like the way it's drawn. I know he seems jubilant, but I don't know. I do like the full view of the throne here. Seems more majestic to me. I mean, there's what else is saying that he's the king but this tiara. All right, Ace of Swords, very similar, even to the point of the trident holding the crown, and it was changed. You see the wave here, and the hand is in the same position. Two of Swords. This is more Rider-Waite-Smith than I would say this is, with the way that the tridents are held and the way she's seated with the water to the background. Three of Swords. I never quite understood why there were two sets of eyes here. If you know, please let me know. Four of Swords, quite different. I do like this a lot. Like, look where she is in the ship, just resting. And this one is like a person with their eyes closed with the seaweed gathering all around. Five of Swords. Six. Obviously there are more that are dissimilar than there are similar, but some of the ones that are similar are quite striking. I do enjoy the tone of the deck overall. Eight of Swords. Okay, so here we have the tridents going side to side, and here they are coming down. Similar position, but not, not too much. And it was changed with tears and looking down at the swords. Again, very close up. It has a different feel than something like this. Ten of Swords. This person is facing down on the shore. This one is also on the shore, but facing up. Lots of different colors going on in the background here. Page. This is a good change. The Knight of Swords riding the shark versus riding the dolphin. Similar as far as riding the dolphin here, going to the left. The trident is held in a different way, but I do think this kind of captures that whole essence of movement and just going after without even a moment's thought. I feel it more here with the shark than I do with the dolphin. This feels more playful. This feels more intentional. And I know I have seen this photo. So this was taken from an actual photograph. And if I can find it, I will post it in this video. If not, then maybe I'll write it in this description box below if I can find where it came from and who it was actually a photograph of. Our King of Swords here. Very different than the other kings in the deck. Ace of Pentacles. Yes, very similar here, holding up the, I'm not sure if that's a water droplet or a crystal ball, but very similar here, with just the face coming out of the water and the rest of the body submerged, and you can see like the circular water here around the arm, and it was changed. And this is a cool one too. But again, different feel, different totally. I don't know what I can't think of like a term to describe it, but it feels more like lipstick, chic type of vibe, I guess, with some of the changes, like close up, lots of makeup, that type of thing. Yeah, very similar, with even the I forget what it's called. Anyway, you can see it here, the infinity symbol, and it was changed. I mean, even the treasure chest here, and the way the tail is moved, and the material here, and how it drapes around her back is the same, and the hair flowing. Three of Pentacles, quite different than this card. I like that a lot. Very RWS inspired with the tree. And this is kind of cool, the way that the ship is like losing its riches to the sea, and that give and take, sharing, even if it's not intentional here. Seven of Pentacles. I mean, it has a very similar feel to it with the chest and the bubbles coming up. Here we have that feeling of, you know, ripening fruit. This one feels very similar too. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. The hair moving up, holding the second pentacle here. And this one really is pretty cool because it captures that whole sense of like the gold here. It's very prominent, a color in the card. And we also have more of a diverse addition to the deck here in this one. Opening up the treasure chest. This one's interesting. I'm not quite sure what's happening here. Like, he feels like he's almost trapped, but he isn't. And you have a very similar RWS feel here. And the page. The Knight. The Queen, I have seen her as well. And the King. Okay, so this is the last one that was changed, and he's holding the pentacle very close to his face. Very similar feel to the throne here, if you can see. There's like greenery or foliage or something behind him, and then you have the two bowls' heads here, even to the two pillows, and these shell-like leafy things, and the way the tail is drawn, and as well as the staff with the, you know, rounded top. Wow, and it was changed to this one. So the thing is, overall, I feel like I like the drawings more in this one than I do in this one. But I can't not acknowledge that in all likelihood, many of the images were taken directly from this deck. So what are your thoughts? Share them with me. I know this is not a new topic of discussion, but now that we got a chance to really see card for card next to each other, what are your thoughts? Love to hear them, and I hope to make another video soon. I miss you guys and gals and everyone in between, and I really hope that I can make more coming soon in the future. So hope you all are doing well and the fall is treating you well, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye.
As always, thanks for watching, and if you found value in this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more tarot-related content like this. Ring that bell to be notified whenever I upload new stuff, and don't forget to listen closely to the whispers of the heathen within that already has the answer and knows the path that's right for you. Until next time, be brave, be bold, be you. Bye.